Hey guys, it's Cerulli and Jake bringing to you another episode of Fire Emblem Engage. In the last episode, we decided to take a little bit of a detour and check out the Paralog and recruited a new friend. This isn't him, but you know what? He's about the same size. John! Clan act like John. Well, anyway, since we're done with that, we are back at the Somniel, and we're gonna want to go ahead and just do our daily duties. We want to run around, pick up all of our stuff. This time shouldn't take so long because there's not going to be anything new, seeing that we just did a paralog. Silver, thank you very much. We didn't get another dog, but we may as well go ahead and put all these out. That way we'll just be getting free stuff. Once again, step over here. What is this, horse manure? Perfect. Just need to find Boucheron. But anyway, so I did finally piece it all together, what I want to do with all of these skills that we can inherit. So, what I didn't get around to doing is checking whether or not I've actually got any of the pairings that I need.
I am Louis, Royal Knight of Firene.
So let's take a look. So for Lear, we don't have either of those yet.
Ready yourself.
Chloe. We do have what we need for Chloe, so I guess we could focus on that. I was looking away. It's kind of crazy that he won that. He definitely did not have the odds in his favor. But we got the level up, so that's cool. Alfred's looking pretty close. I could just invest it all into Jean, but I don't think it's that important.
I'm Alfred, Crown Prince of Firene.
Speaking
A training
of
session
John,
with you should be interesting.
we do have something for him if we wanted to work on that now, but I don't think that's necessary. I think we could focus on the more important ones. Saline, do we have one for you? No, we don't have one for you yet. Looks like the only ones we really have... Alfred, did you level up? You did. Nice. Alright, Saline.
Saline has arrived.
Yeah, it looks like the only one we
workout
realistically
begins
can
now.
do and should do is for good old Chloe here. Not here, but in a minute.
Thanks for showing me what
Can
I
maybe
still
get a
need
level
to
up here?
work on.
What a joy this has been.
Close. No cigar. Alright. Emblems. So we're going to want to go ahead and train Chloe with Sigurd. We're just going to get you to level 5, and that's all we need.
I am Chloe, Royal Knight of Firene.
I am Sigurd. You think to duel me?
This won't do.
I do think so, and I think we'll win. It's definitely up in the air whether the emblem is just going to absolutely whoop your ass or it's not going to be close. It's very rare that the emblem is actually a close
I'm so
fight.
excited to fight alongside you, Sir Sigurd. You're like a knight right out of a fairy tale.
I am no storybook hero. Only a man who fights for the people. Something we both believe in.
Well, how noble of you. Now that we have level 5 in Bond, we can inherit skills from him, which we're going to do. We're going to have to check the price, though, because I imagine we're a bit priced out at the moment. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit of SP to do that. So let's go ahead and open up the old inventory here because we can take care of that right now. I said that some items we got earlier on were going to be useful in some way, and I meant it. If we scroll down here to the bottom, we have these little books here, and you can see that they instantly grant SP upon consumption. So we'll go ahead and use an Adept book to give us 500. We'll do a Novice book, and one more Novice book will do it. It's actually going to put us well over the mark, so that's a little unfortunate, but I do want to go ahead and show off skill inheritance since I was making such a big deal of it last chapter. So let's go ahead and head down to Chloe here, go over to Sigurd, and we will be getting our first skill, Canter. Very good for Chloe. A lot of the mounted units really would prefer to have Canter. Like I said, Canter is such a good skill that it could realistically go on anyone. But the reason I recommend it for Chloe specifically is, like I said, most mounted units really want this, whether they be flying or horseback. Because they have so much more of a focus on their movement, you want to be able to get into weird situations that normal units wouldn't be able to handle, attack, and then get out. Especially on a flyer who could fly over a gap and then possibly fly back over the gap away from danger. It's very good on Chloe. Now, mind you, there is something that they do that is just absolute insanity to me. I don't know why they do this. Chloe does not have it equipped. We're going to have to go to Manage Skills and actually equip the one we inherited. So, do bear that in mind. Jean, you're actually going to need an emblem ring here. I guess I could just give you Fram's, because you're pretty much going to be replacing Fram in her duties. So yeah, we'll do that. But we'll wait until we actually get to battle preps to do that. So let's run over here, grab our achievements, get more bond fragments. We definitely want that constantly going up. We don't really want to donate any more to Firene. You do get some pretty insane rewards as you progressively level them up, especially when you level them up to their final level. But the amount of money that it takes to do that is astronomical. So I definitely don't recommend it unless you, let's say that you looked up the rewards that you could possibly get. I guess if you want to do that, then you can focus on it, but I find that most of the rewards just aren't worth it. So it looks like we got all of that figured out. I don't think that there's anything else here at the Sawmill we really need to do. Just a little bit of housekeeping. I'm not really gonna... I don't think that there's any reason for me to stop by the smithy, so... yeah. I guess I'll cut here. See you in a minute. Alright, welcome back everybody. Let's take off to the world map and get moving along with the chapter. I will say, there is one thing I have decided to do. It's just one minor thing. Oh, I guess I could explain this. Skirmishes! As you go through the world map, over time, skirmishes with enemy soldiers or corrupted will appear sometimes. You will end up on the same battlefield that you were at when you fought there. So this will be the same... For example, here, this will be the same battlefield that we took on... I don't remember his name, but it's where we recruited Celine and her crew. But yeah, you just get experience, gold, and items. So it can be a very easy way to grind for those of you that feel like you need it. And honestly, it's not a bad idea. I don't hate this. I will say, if you are playing on, what's it called? Maddening, then these will not appear very often. And not only do they not appear very often, weirdly enough, they feel harder than the actual story missions. So, do bear that in mind. But anyway, let's move on to the mountain settlement. But before we do, one last thing. I was telling you I made a decision for one of the items that I have from the DLC or wherever I got it from. I don't remember. The Spirit Dust. I have decided I want to use this on Celine. Now, I know I will have a few other magic users in the future, but like I said, Celine's biggest weakness is that she has, for a mage, she has an awful lot of trouble growing magic. So, I want to go ahead and start investing my Spirit Dust into her to make sure she turns out fine. As it turns out, the experiment that I'm wanting to do with her, the ring that I plan on equipping her with doesn't exactly provide magic. Yeah, we kind of need this. But anyway, speaking of rings, we have another one to find here, so let's get into it. Oh, please don't. Oh, thank God. I thought I might not have been recording my microphone audio.
Almost there. Just a little farther north and we'll be at the shrine.
The landscape's gotten rockier.
We're near Brodia. It's all mountains up there.
I'm seeing fewer villages as well. Makes this a good place to hide an emblem ring, I suppose.
Yeah. The closer you are to the Brodian border, the colder and quieter it gets. Look. Not a soul in sight.
You're right. There's no one around. Except her.
Oh,
Take a little look around. Wait for it.
I wonder what she's doing here.
She's crying.
Oh, well, doesn't that break the heart? I'd better help. I am her prince, after all. I won't stand by when my people are suffering.
Alfred, wait!
Oh, what a scrape I'm in.
Hey there. What's the matter? Something I can help with?
I knew we'd startle you. Sorry for popping up out of nowhere and...
Zappy! You came just in time. I'm saved. I lost something earlier and there was nobody around to help, so I got real stressed out. Oh, right. I skipped over the niceties. You can call me Yunaka. Hiya, papaya.
Hi, papaya?
Huh. I've never heard that one before. Anyway, what did you lose, Yunaka?
It's a little round ring. Kind of shiny with a hole in the middle. Oh, and it talks for some reason.
Come again?
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't believe me.
I believe you. It might be an emblem ring.
Please, go on. What did it say?
Well, if I remember right, it asked me to take it to the Divine Dragon.
To me?
Is that... did you... are you saying you're the Divine Dragon?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry I didn't mention it sooner. I'm the Divine Dragon.
And now that we're doing introductions, I'm Alfred, the Prince of Firene.
Holy broccoli! Why didn't you lead with that? I think I just had a heart attack. Nope, false alarm. Phew.
I'm so sorry. I never meant to impact your health.
Yunaka, how did you find the ring?
I was walking along the border, minding my own business, when I heard a woman's voice. Help me. I'm right here. I'm by your foot.
Huh. You're quite the performer.
Anyway, I picked up the ring and she said, "Take me to the Divine Dragon." But at that point, I had no idea where the Divine Dragon was, so I told her I couldn't help. She knew the way, though. Told me to start heading for the capital of Firene.
Oh, that's good advice. The quickest way to get to Lethos is through the capital.
But on the way, I was attacked by bandits and ran off full speed. And now the ring's gone. I must have dropped it somewhere. Woe is me. Sniffle, sniffle. But now that you're here, you're gonna help me find it, right? Right?
After hearing her story, this definitely sounds like an emblem ring. Probably the ring of the Dawn Maiden. But that means someone took it from the shrine.
Or it could be another emblem ring. We'll just have to find it and see for ourselves.
All right, Yunaka. We'll help you.
Golly, that's great news. She'll be so happy if you're the one who finds her.
Let's start by retracing your steps.
Wow. That's, you know,
No sign
there's
of
a
the ring
lot that
so
just
far.
happened there. I'd love to comment on it, but
Maybe somebody got to it before
let's
we
let them
did.
continue.
Yeah, everyone's combing the area. If it was lying around, we would have found it by now.
You're sure you didn't lose it before the bandits attacked?
I had it on me when I passed through that ghost town over there. Huh?
What is it?
It looks like the town's overrun with bandits.
What? How can you tell?
I'll bet these are the same chumps who ambushed me earlier.
Let's take a closer look.
They've taken over the town.
These are the bandits I ran into earlier. No doubt about it. And that means one of them's got... Aha! Right there.
You see it?
Yeah, a burly guy with something glinting in his hand. That's gotta be our missing ring.
What do you think, Divine One? Is it an emblem ring?
He's too far. I really can't say. You must have great eyesight, Yunaka.
Yeah, I have a killer's eyes.
What was that?
Killer eyes! I've got killer eyes! You know, they're great at seeing stuff. If you ever need something looked at real good, I'm your gal! Anyway, what's the plan now? We've got two problems that need solving.
A stolen ring and a town full of bandits.
The ring's our first priority, but we can't leave them unchecked.
We'll only attract attention if we all charge in at once. I say we split up. You know, send in a small group to recover the ring. Nice and stealthy.
All right.
Okay then. Come on, Divine One. You're with me.
Wow. Just something as important as an emblem ring being dropped, picked up by a random person, dropped again, picked up by another random person. I mean, I feel like it's not that hard to hold on to a ring, is it?
If we go through here, I bet we can sneak up on that guy with the ring.
Slipping through a side passage. Smart thinking, Yunaka.
Alright, so here we are with our first Fog of War map. Now, for those of you who are Fire Emblem veterans, you will know that Fog of War is not everyone's favorite mechanic. There are some changes that have been made to this version of Fog of War. Some are nice, admittedly, like the random torches they place around the map that you can light up. But on the other hand, most importantly that they've done, and I absolutely hate, you cannot enter Fog of War. Normally, the way that Fire Emblem would work is you would take your unit and you would move them their full move, but if there happened to be an enemy in the way, it would obstruct your move, and you would instantly end your turn where you got obstructed. Fair enough. It rewarded you for repeat playthroughs and knowing where people were, and it also rewarded you for taking it slow by electing to take it slow. Well, not anymore. You are forced to stay within the very small range that you can see. I absolutely hate this, but it is what it is. You can't change it, so... unit selection... Yeah, that looks about right. So for Jean, I wanted to go ahead and take Bram's ring. But I decided not to completely leave Fram out of the SP gaining So I went ahead and I formed a ring for Sigurd. I got Deirdre, so we'll go ahead and equip that. Just really not getting much out of it, but at the very least we'll be gaining SP. Vander and Clan doesn't really matter. They will never ever ever get a skill, so don't care. We're gonna move you to the absolute back. Don't have a sword unit to take that on, so best we can do is either Louis or an axe like Vander. I guess technically we have a sword unit. If I moved here, she can actually stand here. Fair game. I'll do it that way. If I move you here, you can reach it. Perfect. So that'll be your turn. Who do I want in front, though? Probably Alfred. Put Chloe here. I do remember there being some... It's either archers or... I think mages are here and archers are down here. So there's definitely some shenanigans going on. You don't want to just fly in willy-nilly. But I think for the most part, this will work. So let's go ahead and save. Oh, actually, one more thing. Again, it's not going to matter, but at the very least, I would like Jean to have the better fighting capabilities if it comes down to it. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Let's get started.
It's pitch black out here. How can we fight them if we can't even see them?
Don't worry, Divine One. That's what I'm here for. My eyesight's so sharp, I can spot baddies even when it's dark or foggy. Till you get your hands on a torch, at least. Then you'll see as well as I can.
So, as she was saying, there's an item called Torch, and there's another item called Illume. It's a
There
staff.
he is. Let's take him by surprise.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Please, take me to the Divine Dragon.
Oh.
This looks pretty pricey. This'll net me a nice lump of gold. The boss doesn't need to know about it.
Oh dear. You can't even hear me, can you?
I hear her. That's the voice from before.
That's definitely an emblem ring. Yunaka, will you help me get it back?
Of course, you weirdo. That's why we're here.
Right. Well, thank you. You know, now that I hear her, your impression was incredibly accurate.
Stop. You're gonna make me blush.
All right. So as I was saying, there are two items that you should know about, a torch and an illume staff, and they are being sold over at the shop. Yeah, I know about poison. I've already explained it. That will help you in this map to be able to clear up the fog, but I've always found that it's actually not really necessary. You'll do just fine without it.
So where did you come from?
I forgot to put the animations back on.
We got the ring. Heal us, Emblem of Dawn.
I am Emblem Micaiah. I sense the future shifting. Now victory lies ahead.
Ah, so it is the ring of the Dawn Maiden. Yunaka, I entrust this ring to you.
Me? But I...
She belongs with you. All I ask is that in return, you help us defeat these bandits. Will you join with Emblem Micaiah?
Yeah, okay. I won't let you down.
Alright, we now have Emblem Micaiah as well as a new unit, so it's time to start talking about them. First off, Yunaka. We have our first thief, and if you've played Fire Emblem, you may immediately be thinking, oh, I know what to use thieves for. This character is pretty much never getting used in combat, and we are just going to run around unlocking doors and stuff. Nope. They've completely lost that utility. Anyone can unlock chests, and anyone can break down doors. So what the hell is a thief even for? Well, they're one of the few classes that are able to use daggers, which, as I said, is really good for racking up chip damage. But realistically, that's about it. So the class itself isn't especially amazing. But what about Yunaka specifically? Is she any good? I would actually say yes. So let's go ahead and take a look at those growth rates. For a thief, 45 is actually not bad. I would expect something more around 35, which is her base, but with the thief class, she goes up to 45, so not bad at all. Dex and speed are about what you would expect, and res is oddly high. Overall, I would say a very decent unit in terms of growth rates, but what really sells her is her personal skill. Like I said, most of the personal skills in this game just aren't very good, so when you when you get one like Yunaka's, you kind of have to jump for joy. While this unit occupies terrain that provides an avoid bonus, it grants you crit plus 15. That's not minute. That's actually a fair bit of critical hit rate to be granting to someone. Not to mention, if you're in a tile that affords you an avoid bonus, she's a covert unit, which means she'll double it. I think that Yunaka is actually a really great character. I do want to give you a fair warning, because I said I would mention things about maddening whenever I could. Yunaka's actually one of the worst selections you could make for maddening. Now, maybe there's just a build that I'm unaware of that actually makes her pretty good. But with the idea behind covert and not getting hit because you're jumping from avoid granting terrain bonuses to more terrain bonuses, if you ever reach 0 hit rate, in maddening, the AI is smart enough to just not attack you, meaning her entire utility is completely removed. So for that reason, I just wouldn't recommend using her, or at least the build that I tend to use her with, because it's just not going to be helpful. But in hard mode, I think that Yunaka is actually quite strong, and I will definitely be giving her a shot. Now, Micaiah. We don't have to move around since she's on this character already. Micaiah, in my opinion, I think that Micaiah is the best emblem in the game. Bar none. Now, I will admit this much, it kind of depends on where your priorities are, because I can think of a couple others that might rival her in terms of how good she is. But in my opinion, and what I value, Micaiah is the strongest. I don't think that she has great things to inherit, though, so let's talk about that. Her sync skills, the first one that you get is Cleric. The unit that is equipped with this can use staves up to level C, and as you get higher bond with her, that will promote to higher levels. So you just attach this to any unit and they instantly become a healer. That's amazing. If you are ever just not wanting to use any of the healers in this game, or maybe you're playing an Iron Man and your healers have died and you can't... Obviously, the whole point of an Iron Man, for those who don't know, if a unit dies, you don't get to reset and get them back. They're just gone. So, Micaiah as a ring is just phenomenal for that exact purpose. Now, her other sync skills are Healing Light, which, as I recall, I actually got to open up to... I got to make sure. When healing an ally, the user recovers a percentage of the amount healed. Yeah, so... she's able to heal herself, which means if you attach this to a Key Adept character, and you're spamming out that, the Chain Guard, you're actually able to heal yourself back up, so you don't need the help from some other healer or a Vulnerary. Something that would have helped us a lot earlier when we were having to spam Vulneraries just to heal like 3 damage on Fran. The last thing that she has from a sync skill is Silence Ward. There will be enemies that are capable of stopping your units from using magic. This skill completely prevents that, so no matter what, you will be able to heal. That's pretty nice, but it's not amazing. I do want to note something about her sync skills. Cleric is not inheritable. It's one of the few times where you get a sync skill that can't be inherited, but I did just want to note that you can't just make any unit you want a healer without having to equip Micaiah. It's not possible, just forget about it. Next up we have her Engage skill, which is Augment. It grants staff range +5 and area of effect +1. For those of you having a hard time understanding what this means, staff range is pretty self-explanatory. If you have a staff that is longer range, then obviously makes it 5 more range. Area of effect, what does that mean? That means if you heal someone, it will also heal everyone who is adjacent to your target. That is insane! And especially when you start pairing that with other stabs that aren't just for healing. I don't want to spoil all the stabs we're going to run across, but let's take that Obstruct, for example. Normally, it would just spawn one little pillar of ice to block the way. Well, maybe the place that you're trying to form a chokehold, not chokehold, a choke point. The place that you're trying to form a choke point is a little wider than just one space. This will make it you have a little plus shape to block up that entire area. It's an incredible engage skill, and definitely don't want to sleep on it. Speaking of incredible engage skills, rather engage attacks being in quotation marks, we have Great Sacrifice. We fully restore the HP of all allies on the field, even those not under the player's control, which I didn't know that, but that's just icing on the cake. After we use this, our HP falls to 1, but let's be honest, who cares? We just full heal the entire map, and let me tell you, you get experience for every single one of those heals. In most cases, even if you're not in trouble, you should use this at least once per map, because it's just a free level up. So, this skill's incredible. It will get you out of very, very bad situations for free. And on top of that, even if you don't need it, just get a level up. That's all we need to know about Micaiah. She's insane. I will say that she doesn't get any stabs from her weapons that she gives you, but I don't feel that we need them.
Let me show you how to use staves.
Okay, well, thank you for explaining everything I just said. I believe there's some enemies coming up, but Yunaka should be able to deal with them just fine. Yeah, okay, she's just out of range of that, so even if she takes... Oh, you have a melee weapon, so she's not even going to take damage from that. Cool. Now let's actually play the chapter, shall we? I am going to go ahead and equip this Slim Sword. And we should be able to just dodge him.
I am ready to serve.
We're gonna have Clan light this torch so we can see what's going on here.
I'll
Alfred,
never know.
it looks a little dangerous because somebody has died here in the past, but I mean, you are Alfred, so maybe, you know, maybe you just make it work. Could also just attack from a range, just to be safe. We'll do that. No, we don't need to engage. There we go. Oh, I had cancer. I always forget about cancer.
Let us be off.
Definitely one of those things that you'll remember it once you start getting used to it, but when you first start playing Engage again after a while from not playing it, it takes some getting used to. So I don't remember if there's any archers over here, so I know there are some down here.
I'm listening.
But just for the sake of being safe, I'm going to stand back here. Right here is even safer. I was wondering how safe I wanted to be.
Let me at him.
We'll go here,
I'll do my best.
there, and...
The Divine Dragon looked at me!
No, he didn't. He's way the hell over there.
Looks like we got us some uninvited guests. Snuff the lights, you lot.
You got it.
I'd prefer that you didn't. I'd prefer you attack me. Then I'll take a little bit of damage. If he dies here, I'm going to be honest, I don't really care. I'll probably just let him go. We did get a torch. We don't want to use the energy drops right now, so may as well put those away. There we go. Baited him successfully. Got that level up we were wanting earlier. Speed res luck. Not bad. Ah, another unit over there. Looks like she's going to need some help.
Looks like our cover's blown. They're snuffing the torches. Don't sweat it. We can relight them as we go.
Yep, that was the plan.
All right.
Alright, we're gonna have the Divine Dragon take care of this guy here. I mean, he clearly doesn't need any help, so Yunaka, you go ahead and get after this thief. Daggers are, for the most part, ranged. At least they are in their most basic form. That enemy there happens to have a card. That one is not ranged, but it sacrifices its range for an extra crit rate. So it's like the killer version of the weapons. For the most part, you're just going to be wanting to use ranged daggers. Melee daggers don't have a whole lot of utility, but I suppose it's not a bad idea to just have one on hand. Really do want that longbow, but getting to you with enough power to kill you is a problem. I do know that these guys here have some nasty weapons. Particularly, I remember why standing right here is a bad idea. We especially don't want to do it with Louis. We actually double this guy, which is really nice. Probably because he's using a longbow. So go ahead and hit him. And I could... how do I want to do this? I don't necessarily need the vulnerary. Do I want to give him the bush? I don't think we need the longbow right this minute. I wanted to hold on to the longbow so I can trade it over to Etier, but I don't think she's going to be so hurting for it that she needs it exactly this turn. You definitely deal more damage with that fire, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll throw the hammer in the convoy. We don't necessarily need that one. Then we will get Chloe on the job here with Fensalir. And we got Cancer now, so we can back off. Can you... You can. So we're going to go ahead and chain guard just to ensure that she doesn't take any damage. We are eventually going to have to bait this out. So maybe we let Vander do it since he's not as important. Yeah, that guy. That's what we're worried about because he has a tome that we haven't seen before, Thunder. So this has a major, major downside. Not only is it very heavy, but you also just can't follow up, period, whatsoever. You will only ever single attack with this. But it's 1 to 3 range. So you can snipe your opponents from pretty far away. That's the idea behind that tome, and why it's so strong. If I remember right, there are 2 mages back here, so even if we did take Louis and try to... Oh, we don't even have a javelin. Did we put it on? Yeah, it's on Chloe and Alfred. Fair enough. I will go ahead... I'll heal from a more aggressive position. I don't think we need to play too far back with Vander being where he is. We're just going to move you here. And I don't think it's a bad idea to keep Clan in the area to help with this Barbarian. Louis, frankly, you just don't need to move. I guess what I could have done is I could have had Clan take the torch. We took a lot more damage than I was hoping just then. That's alright. They did give us a free healer over here, so we're looking pretty good on that front. This thief is now in motion. He is a melee attacker, though, so as long as we
here until the end.
Take this right here. We are going to be getting hit by the Thunder Mage, but I plan on killing him this turn, so that's fine. We'll wait here. We will heal up with Mend. Mend is just a stronger version of heal. We're definitely going to want to be using more of those in the future. Yeah, we got
my turn?
broken, so we're not even close to killing you yet. Plan, I'm gonna need you. Only brings them down to 23. How much was the silver doing? 20. Not enough. Archer's not in range. How do we want to do this? You have a ranged attack. Can you get in the bush? You can. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move over here. We'll attack with fire. Then we're going to move Vander here. Attack with the hand axe. Alright. Never mind. How much damage do you do? 23. I resist 4 of it. I die in 1 hit. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I can't move here. Yeah. I think because of that miss, we're gonna have to back up. Going to have to change fate here. Yeah, we don't really take a whole lot of damage for this, so we'll go ahead and run up. Get Louis up in front just to make sure she's not taking any hits from anything. And then we will get Vander down here. Let's try again. Thank you. That is what I wanted from you. Is there a way? Yeah, we can sneak through here. There's just a bunch of thicket in the way. So we'll go ahead and do that. Iron Lance will do the job. We don't want to give our opponent thicket, but it looks like there's enough room that we won't. There's someone in need of healing, so John, get on it. Get that EXP. Trying to race him to level 10 as soon as possible. Then we'll grab Etier. Everyone's kind of blocked her spaces, so she'll just move up one. Really just wanting to show off there. I keep forgetting. Like, it's just normal to me. I just want to let you know. This is normally how I play because I have this thing where I will eventually get bored of a game and I'll put it down. So if I want to get through to the end without getting bored, I have to make things as quick as possible.
Here goes.
But I have finally remembered. We have animations back. I have started uploading these videos now. Episode 1, like I said, we're still showing off.
Dream well.
Episode 1 is uploaded by this point. So we've made our start. But it is going to be a while before we get to the episode where I do that comment question. And again, there's no guarantee that anyone's even going to comment on it that quickly, or if at all. So we do need to be mindful of that. This is the setting that I am going to go with because I think it is optimal. It provides the most entertainment to have the battle animations on without droning on with the healing animations. I think this is what most people would want, so this is what I'll do. Again, let me know if that's not correct. Chain guard there, get Etier moved up. Going to trade with you, get that torch, and use it. There we go. There is somebody over here. We're going to need to be careful of him. How much does he do? 22. Let's just call it 23 for the sake of advantage. We'll be taking 11 from that. We can take it. Just not happy about it. And I don't think that we want to go any further because 1, 2, 3, 4. They could definitely reach us. I know this is giving him the bush, but we're just going to have to be okay with that. We're not taking 11, we're only taking 10. I wonder if they don't... It's possible that I miscalculated something, but I wonder if they don't have the extra point of damage for advantage. It might just be accuracy in this game. You've been getting plenty of kills, Jake, so let's hand one over to Yunaka here.
Was that too much?
Very nice. We'll wait here. The boss, at best, has 5 movement, but I'm pretty sure it's still just 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he's ranged, he can reach us, but I don't think he is. And I think he's only 4 move anyway. Not to mention, we haven't even engaged yet, so it's not a big deal at all. Get some damage in with the Fire Tome. That way we can finish it off with Alfred here. Like I said, I don't necessarily plan on using Alfred long term, but he is a really good early game unit, so it would be kind of a shame to just not make use of him. I don't think there's any more mages, so let's just put Louis in here. And well, there might be some mages, but there's not going to be like any in the immediate area, as I recall. Nobody's taking any damage, so this is a turn where I can't get any EXP on John. That sucks. I've actually been actively trying to get Fram hurt by making her chain guard every time. It's actually a little bit of a too much of a forward position for a healer there, but yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Like I said, it's a little too forward positioning, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll have to rework my roster here to include Alfred. Because even in the late game, I actually do still like Alfred. When he's promoted, he actually gets a skill that I really like. It's just that
This is what I trained for.
I want to show off other units. So we'll go ahead and cancer over that way. Get some fire energy, fire magic damage down. We're coming up pretty quickly on the end of the chapter here. Wow, you're doing a lot of damage there, Chloe. Damn.
Simple enough.
You ramped up fast. So I do need to think of some sort of a comment question because, again, I really like doing those. It's, I do feel bad about it. Because it feels like I'm attempting to farm engagement, which is something I absolutely hate. Maybe this is what we'll get into. Something that I've noticed with the changes to Twitter/X, whatever you like to call it, just so we're clear on what we're talking about, I said both. I don't like that everyone is just making posts to farm money out of it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. She should be out of range. She might get hit by something, but I think it's fine. It seems like everybody's just on there posting engagement bait, and it's crap that they don't even really care about. Might take a mage hit, because I think there's one over here somewhere. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to just do things on my channel for the sake of engagement. I want to do things because I like them. So, I guess it's a weirdly meta question. What do you think of doing comment questions of the day? I know that most people will probably say, if it feels too forced, then just don't worry about it. And I'll keep that in mind, because I predict that being common advice.
And they lived happily ever after.
But I do like coming up with these comment questions because I've mentioned this before. It's just really exciting to get comments because for the most part they've been positive, and even if they aren't positive, I have thick enough skin that I can just ignore them. I remember one comment in particular. I think it was negative. I want to say that it was. But I was just so confused by it that I found it funnier than it was hurtful. But I'll get to that in a second. I just want to know what your guys' opinions are. Do you think that doing comment questions of the day is a little forced and it's too engagement baity? Should I stop doing it? Or because I like getting comments, because I like reading people's responses, should I continue to do it? Yes, it will continue to have the effect of technically baiting engagement. But should I just do it anyway because I like it? Let me know. Now, as for that comment I was talking about, I don't remember what video it was, but it was around the time I rebranded as Cerulean Jake. Somebody commented on a video and said that they missed my old name. I read that and I thought, like, is this negative? Like, is this flame? Or what is this? I don't. It dumbfounded me. Like, why would they bother saying this? But like, I wasn't broken up about it. That's their opinion. If they like my old name, then it is what it is. I was just so confused. Well, I forgot to do something. It won't get a level up at this point because there's only like one person hurting. I guess you're hurting, so that's 2, that's 3. Yeah, I might still manage to pull out a level up. We'll go ahead and do it. We seem to be safe from this position.
Quick change!
With my magic, you may illuminate even the darkest of places.
Okay, I guess that's something I forgot to mention. Her Shine Tome, if you attack with it, it will leave a little light spot that will illuminate the area. It really does not matter because you can't just attack random locations, as you can see. So this only works if you're attacking enemies. It's very niche. You're not going to run into situations where you need to use this very often. Anyway, what I wanted to do was sacrifice.
By any means necessary.
Not only what this is going to do, it's going to heal everybody else on the map. It'll get us the level up we were looking for. Look at that EXP. Not a terrible level up either. It'll drop us down to 1 HP. And now Jean can move in and continue getting EXP by healing her. And we're just going to wait to do that because we're in a good position to just rush the boss when we bait him out. But yeah, I didn't really understand the comment. I just thought it was funny. More than anything. It truly confused me. But you know, I liked getting the comment at the very least because it meant that there were people watching my videos, and you know, I'm not just talking into the void. Not to mention, it also meant that, to some extent, I had legacy viewers. Because otherwise, he wouldn't have even known about my...
saving the day. We killed off the villagers ages ago.
Well, alright, asshole. Wait, no, aren't these supposed to be ruins? Maybe I'm meant to infer... I got a reinforcement over here. This is the mage I was thinking of. Doesn't matter, we're gonna kill off the boss this turn. Aren't these supposed to be ruins? Like, actual ruins, not just a ruined town? Like, yes, they did mention that this was a town at one point, but... Queen Ev said that she hid the ring in ruins. And I guess we could have been left to infer that, the ruins... The ruins are nearby the town? Or maybe she very specifically left it in a ruined town that she knew that bandits destroyed? I don't know. The lore's a little confusing right now, but it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just get some EXP. Very nice level up, John. You're not even a different class yet. Holy. We are going to do a little bit more damage with the Shine Tome, even if we're not a mage by trade. That said, I think we... Never mind. I was going to say I think we want to do the dagger anyway, but if we're only going to do 1 damage, then perhaps that's not the case. Anyway, this is the final stop here, so may as well go all out.
Please grant me your strength.
Warp Ragnarok is going to be the highest damage we can do in a single hit. We'll also get this little swirly over here.
My apologies. I strike you!
I have actually considered changing what I was going to do with Saline, because I've actually never done a playthrough where Saline and Celica stay together. I've always separated them. But they truly are just made for each other. So I have considered maybe leaving them together for once and doing that in the Let's Play. But I feel like most people have done that, and it might be a little boring to watch. So I am going to stick with my experimental idea. Again, I'm really scared about doing it because the person that I plan on putting her with doesn't provide... you really going to live with one? Like, no matter what I do? Alright, get in here, Yunaka. Get some damage in. I'm just a little worried it's not going to work because, as I said, she just needs help with damage. That's all she needs help with. And the Emblem Ring I'm going to pair her with doesn't do that. So, a little scared it's not going to work out. We did level up our bond to the temporary max of 10. So we got Mercurius, which will double our earned experience. Since this is a boss, we definitely want to do that.
Fate has brought us here.
You think this is justice, huh?
See it in the background. He also threw his axe like way the hell back there. It's so weird. I've never seen that before. Send that to the convoy. Alright, stage clear. Go ahead and get our quick save here.
That's the last of the bandits. You've been a huge help, Yunaka. If not for you, we'd be scratching our heads in an empty shrine right about now. I can't thank you enough.
It was nothing, really.
I wonder who took it from the shrine in the first place.
It must have been those bandits, right?
Well...
What's the matter?
I have a... confession. The thing is, I didn't find the ring. I stole it.
Huh?
I was strapped for money, and when I saw the shrine, I figured it might have valuables. I went inside, heard Micaiah's voice, and pow! There's the ring, staring right at me. I was just looking to make a quick bundle of dough. I'm sorry.
I see.
When I learned that you two were royalty, I panicked and kinda, well, lied. Really, I'm no different from those bandits. I'll accept whatever punishment you give me.
Hold on. You were planning to sell the ring?
Yeah.
Well then, why didn't you? You could have run for the hills as soon as the Divine Dragon handed it to you. We're useless in the dark. Would have been easy to give us the slip. But instead, you stuck around and risked your neck for us. Why?
Well, because of Micaiah. When she started talking to me, I got this feeling that I just couldn't shake. I felt like Like, I had to help her get to the Divine Dragon.
Yunaka has shown me nothing but kindness. Fighting by her side, I saw a bright path ahead. When I sensed Sombron's return, I called out in the dark. It was she who answered. I am to blame for entangling her in all this. Yunaka has done nothing wrong.
I hear you, but she did lie to us. As Prince, I'm not supposed to let that go without some sort of punishment.
Lay it on me. I can handle it.
How about joining our forces?
Say, what now?
We're on a journey to collect the Emblem rings and defeat the Fell Dragon. I know it's a lot to ask, but will you pledge yourself to our cause? What do you think, Alfred? A fitting punishment?
I love it. Our army is pretty lean, so adding a new recruit makes a lot of sense. And Yunaka clearly has raw talent. She could be a real asset.
I won't let you down. Thank you. Both of you.
Don't mention it. And Yunaka, allow me to be the first to say, Hiya Papaya.
Hiya, Papaya, back at ya, Divine One.
With that settled, let's hurry onward. We've got to cross into Brodia, right?
Yes. Mother sent a letter to the Brodian king when we left the castle. He should be expecting us.
Good. The Kingdom of Might. I'm curious to see what it's like there.
Well, I do want to make a quick little comment on Yunaka. So, it may seem like, wow, they're really setting up this character to be somebody important. I wonder what's gonna become of her. Nope. As I recall, she doesn't ever pop up in the main story ever again. So, yeah, you're not gonna be hearing from her anymore. And it's so strange because she's the one who showed up with an emblem ring, and so far they've only been doing that with royals. So those characters are going to remain important. Though, admittedly, Celine does sort of fall off in terms of importance. It's mainly Alfred that remains in the cutscenes. Is that a dog? Oh, it's a dog! Get the dog! Yeah, Yunaka's just never going to be important again, and that's a little strange. So for those of you who are curious about her character, since I'm not going to be showing support conversations, I will spoil a little thing about her, because she does have a little bit of mystique to her. But for those of you who are going to go off and watch all of the support conversations on your own, you can go ahead and mute, and I will start running around in circles like a madman when I am done talking about spoilers. It'll be very, very short. So go ahead and mute. Alright, are they gone? It's kind of obvious. She doesn't do a very good job of hiding it, or at least the writers don't do a very good job of hiding it, especially with her personal skill being trained to kill. She's a Brodian assassin, and that comes up a lot in her supports. It's kind of like Yunaka's worst kept secret, even if it's the only secret she needs to keep. But anyhow, that's her major character quirk. So let's go ahead and... Alright, welcome back everyone! Now that we're done making the Divine Dragon look like an idiot, let's go back to the Somniel. But I believe that's going to be it for what we need to do. We do have a cutscene here. Let's go ahead and see what's going on.
Huh? Is that... Hey!
Hmm?
You're the girl I met in Flora Mill Town. Vale, wasn't it?
Oh, what a coincidence finding you here.
I'm glad to see you again. You left so abruptly last time. It really caught me off guard. Do you live around here?
No, I'm just passing through. Well, looking for someone, really.
Who are you looking for?
A person I must talk to again no matter what. My sibling.
You were separated then. I'm sorry. It's painful to be apart from one's family. Do you have any idea where to look?
None. I don't even know what face to look for. We've been apart since I was very young. But they did give me something long ago. This.
What a pretty stone.
It's my good luck charm. I know that as long as I have this, we'll be reunited someday.
I'm sure you will. But don't forget to take care of yourself. Look, your leg's wounded.
This kind of thing happens all the time.
It looks pretty deep. There. That ought to hold for a while.
Thank you. You're quite kind to help a complete stranger like me.
You're not a stranger. You saved my life, remember? That makes us friends, as far as I'm concerned. And friends help each other.
Friends?
Should I not have said that?
No. I'm just so happy to have someone I can call a friend. It's like a dream. I can't recall the last time I was treated with such kindness.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Are you sure?
Thank you for the bandage. Hope to see you again.
There she goes. See you around, Vale.
You know, I know that Fire Emblem characters tend to look all sorts of crazy, but considering the way she's dressed, I feel like somebody would comment on it. Like, she has weird golden chains around her ankles and all sorts of weird stuff. Whatever. I see that a lot of stuff is opening up, and I cannot wait for next episode. Oh, there's some good stuff to go over. Especially going on here in the Somniel, but even outside of that. I'm really excited for next episode, and I hope you are too. We even have the new ring to go over. Oh, well, I mean, we already went over how good it was, but a couple other things to talk about. I can't wait, and I will see you in the next one.